And we are live. Welcome back to Takes by Fans. We have a fantastic show for you today, as always. We finally got some NFL action, and man, was it ever so great. I didn't think I was missing football that much until we saw what we saw last night. The Chiefs absolutely dominate the entire game. Oh boy, yes, they only won by 14, but I mean, it really was a 20-point loss for the Texans. Just kind of in the fourth quarter when it was already blown out, they scored 2 touchdowns, but oh well. Chiefs looking real good, and kind of as we predicted, the Texans would take a little bit of a step back. Losing DeAndre Hopkins definitely affected them, and we'll get into all of that a little bit later. So we'll talk about the NFL. We'll talk about the NBA games that happened yesterday. One playoff game. It's so sad. Today is the last day that we will have 2 NBA games on the same day. So relish in it. Don't take it for granted because it is the last 2 NBA game day. But, we get football Sundays back, so I guess it's a decent trade-off altogether. Alrighty, be sure to follow me on Twitter at TakesByFans and be a part of the conversation. And come watch live Monday through Friday, noon Eastern at twitch.tv/TakesByFans. Alrighty, in addition to talking the NBA and NFL games, we are going to update our NBA cash and trash list. Notice how I said NBA because we're talking the NFL too, so we have to have a separate cash list for that. So we will unveil the cash and trash list for the NFL. We have 2 additions on the cash list, making the inaugural appearances on the cash list. And we do have 1 trash list member. Yes, sir, we are going to jump right into the trash list and start naming some trash NFL players today. In addition to all of that, we had a little bit of contest running. We do have a jersey to give away today, so we will do that drawing live at the end of the show. Before we do our Moneymaker picks, we will do that. We are going to do our Moneymaker as well for the NBA games today. We are going to look at all of Sunday's NFL games. We are going to predict the lines today. We're not going to do our Moneymaker yet. We are going to save that for tomorrow when we get a little more in-depth into some of the more interesting games on Sunday. So today we'll just kind of do a quick rundown of all the NFL games for Sunday. We'll predict the lines, see what they actually are, and then tomorrow we'll actually do our Moneymaker for Sunday's games. And that is it. So without further ado, there's two things we do have to cover really quickly. Last night, really upsetting. Not even that may have went a little too far saying that this was upsetting, but just like, come on, so Texans and Chiefs before the games, they all lock arms in a symbol of unity, standing up for everything that's been going on, saying that we're really all in this together, that it's not about race, this is just about people, this is about humanity, just coming together and being there for one another, take the race out of it, race aside, we're all people, we are all connected because we are all humans, and they boo them. The people in the stands, the 15,000 people that they let into this game, if they bought tickets, boo this sign of solidarity. What are we doing? What are we doing here? So this just goes to show that literally people will find a reason to complain about literally anything. Here they are, middle of the field before the game even started. This is the first game, nationally televised, so much hype around it, so obviously this is going to get a lot of press, a lot of publicity, a lot of people are seeing this, and so this is a great message to say, hey, we're all in this together. Relax, everybody, please calm down. Can we all just love each other? We are all humans. Skin color, it makes us different. What is that? So great gesture here by the Chiefs and Texans. I believe it was kind of organized by Patrick Mahomes and Deshaun Watson. So props to them for doing this. But then the fans here just booing it. I mean, Chiefs fans, come on. Let's be a little better than that. So I don't know. Why are we booing this? Why are we booing this? People getting together and showing solidarity, that's what you boo? Whatever. I'll stay out of it. Whatever. So just kind of not so great look by the fans for booing this. I don't know what it's all about. Whatever. I'll never understand their side of booing, but obviously they believe it because they keep on booing and taking down all the gestures and I honestly don't know what they're thinking. I don't know. I'm not in that mindset that I would boo. I boo a symbol of solidarity. I don't get it. But they did it, and props for the players standing strong. Trying not to take it too personally, the boos, but yeah, showing a good message here. I like it. All right, and then, oh my God, the worst news from the night. The worst in the boos, I would say. Oh my goodness. Chiefs rookie Chiefs cornerback. Oh my God, I read this wrong. Oh my God, I went this entire day thinking that this was the Chiefs starting rookie running back fracturing his hand. Oh, this is just the cornerback. I don't care about this. I don't care about this. I literally prepped the show because I thought this was the running back. All right, so this is kind of a non-story. Chiefs starting cornerback Charvarius Ward fractured his hand last night. So he is going to miss a little bit of time. I thought this was the running back, Cloud Edward Hare, but it is not. So no reason to panic too much for the Chiefs, because we looked at his tape yesterday, the rookie running back for the Chiefs, and he was looking really good. And then what did he do in the game? Oh man, he had over 100 yards rushing and a touchdown. We'll get into that. We will watch the highlights. But he had an absolutely fantastic game one as a rookie, and really kind of stepping in for the Chiefs. We talked about they lost LaShawn McCoy and Spencer Ware at the running back position, so he comes in, fills those holes that they lost at the running back position, and fills them great. The man had an absolute game. We will get into that, but first let's go into the NBA. Lakers-Rockets, the only game on last night, and Lakers kind of just dominant all around, everybody contributing. It wasn't just Anthony Davis and LeBron putting up 70 points combined. No. Everybody was getting involved. So much so that Anthony Davis was the leading scorer with 29, and LeBron, I think, had around like 22. So everybody was getting involved. We had a good game from Danny Green, good game from Rondo, good game from Caldwell Pope. So let's get right into the highlights here. Watch it. Not Russell Westbrook. James Harden, not a great game. Shot 21%. Not good at all. Not a true leader. He may have shot 18%. We got to double check that. What did he shoot real quick? 18%. Yeah, see, I gave him the benefit of the doubt saying 22, but it was actually 18. But here we go. LeBron in the first quarter, absolutely magnificent, doing what he does. Little nice mid-range there. And then, oh my goodness, number 5. Does anybody know who that is? Talen Horton Tucker. The man played 7 minutes, had 5 points. Look at this, man. He shot the 3, and then the nice little layup off the fingertip. I love it. Ever heard of that man? I haven't, but he was way more productive than Danny Green or Kyle Kuzma have been the entire series. So absolutely fantastic work by him, making everybody else look pathetic. But that kind of started the fire. Everybody was sitting. We see Caruso there. LeBron driving inside, absolutely well done. They got out to a big lead, about 19-point lead. The Rockets, they don't know what to do against this team. They're just too good. They're too big. They're too athletic. They're just too good. LeBron's too good of a leader. Look at that full court pass to Anthony Davis. Absolutely fantastic. We got Kuzma the shot fake, but makes a better pass there. Look at this lead. Goes up to 19. Rondo with the great assist for Anthony Davis. Throws it down. Non-competitive in the third quarter, really not competitive for the fourth quarter. Yes, the Houston Rockets do close the lead a little bit, but never worried the Lakers were, because there it is. Rondo driving open lane, dumps it off into the bucket. Anthony Davis here backing down Russell Westbrook. I think that's a mismatch. Attacks him. Goes to the rim, scores it. LeBron backing down Austin Rivers, kicks out to Caruso, who hits 3. Fantastic. And then just to end the game, why not? Why not some flash and flare? Rondo, the unnecessary pass, but I love it. They're up 8. Why not? One more highlight to really seal it. Up 8, throws it off the backboard. LeBron, oh my God, the one-handed, really late, able just to dunk it. Lakers win by 10, baby. Absolutely fantastic by them. 110-100. So let's look at the Lakers real quick. LeBron, 16 points, nothing great, but look at this, 15 rebounds, 9 assists, just being the floor general when he needed to because everybody was hitting. Look at all these double-digit points here. We got LeBron in double digits, Anthony Davis, Danny Green, Caldwell Pope, Kyle Kuzma, Rondo, and Caruso off the bench with the double-digit scoring. So they got a lot of contributions from everybody. Basically, they get one solid contribution from somebody, and then everybody else is not so good. But hey, here it is in game number 4. Everybody coming alive for the Lakers. That's what we love to see. Danny Green, well done. We applaud you. Double-digit points, 10 points. That's what we want to see from you. Exactly the same thing with Caldwell Pope, 10 points. Rondo, 11 points off the bench, 10 rebounds, 8 assists. Absolutely fantastic. Playoff Rondo, baby. It is a thing, and the legend continues with a good performance here. And then Alex Caruso showing up. We saw him in the highlights. A couple of good three-pointers, 2 of 5 from 3. They only made 9 3-pointers overall. You don't really expect the Lakers to hit the 3 great, but 9 3-pointers is solid, and everybody just a solid performance overall. All right, let's go to Houston now. James Harden, we have to talk about him, right? We shit on Russell Westbrook so much for having, high turnover games, but here it is. James Harden only shooting 18%. He got to the line 20 times, y'all. Do you see this? 20 free throws. 16 of his 21 points were from free throws. He shot absolutely atrocious from the field. James Harden, 21 points, 10 assists, 5 turnovers. So we have to shit on James Harden. It's not just Russell Westbrook. What did he do this game? 25 points. He shot 50%, not bad. 3 rebounds, 3 assists. Usually he is kind of higher on the boards, but overall, nobody was grabbing rebounds. So Russell Westbrook, the leading scorer for the squad. James Harden just could not get it going. And when we need him to step up the most, when the Rockets need this man to step up the most, what does he do? Kind of shrinks. 18% shooting. That is truly, truly unbearable. You will not win a game with James Harden shooting 18%. Luckily, he was able to live at the foul line. That's what he does. He's able to drive and draw the foul. But nothing was hitting, especially from 3. Nothing was hitting from the field either. Eric Gordon, solid points there, 19 points. Robert Covington and PJ Tucker both combining for 3 points total. Not great. Just really James Harden not having a great night. So let's update our cash and trash list for the NBA side. We had to do a little bit of a reimagining of our graphics department. So well done to our graphics here. We got a basketball in the corner because that is the basketball cash and trash list. And then we have the football to kind of distinguish between the basketball side and the football side. So well done. Shout out. Props go to our graphics department. Alrighty, so let's update this cash and trash list. Cash list first. Anthony Davis, we do have to reevaluate his performance, and a good, solid performance by him. 29 points, leading the team there. 12 rebounds, 5 assists. Absolutely magnificent. We can definitely, and look at him hit all of his free throws. 9 of 9 from the line. Absolutely magnificent. So we can definitely leave him on the cash list. All right, LeBron. Now, you may be saying, yeah, he only put up 16 points. Overall, just a good, solid play all around. 16 points, 15 rebounds, 9 assists. Oh, this close to a triple-double. And he was also a plus 15 on the floor, so that means great defense as well. So we are going to leave LeBron James and Anthony Davis both on the cash list. All right, then Rondo, remember he had 20 points in game number 3. Absolutely magnificent. Here he is. 11 points, 10 rebounds. Once again, just a solid overall performance in 28 minutes. Not bad. He shot 62%. I am going to leave him on the cash list just because he's exactly what the Lakers need, and he's really kind of stepping up. They don't need him to be the scorer. Just a solid double-digit in the points column. That's all they're really looking for him. Be the floor general. Look at this. 8 assists. Absolutely fantastic. Him and LeBron, 9 and 8 assists. respectively, just getting it done. They know they have the vision. They know who to get the ball to. They know how to run the offense. It's really beautiful to watch. Rajon Rondo can stay on the cash list. When you look at the stat line, nothing really pops, but overall, when it's together, this close to a triple-double as well with LeBron and the high assist, the 11 points, just so much contribution on the floor when he's on there. So getting everybody involved, and we saw that Rondo makes other shooters better. And look at this, man. Danny Green, double-digit points. Caldwell Pope in double-digit points. Alex Caruso in double-digit points. That rarely happens for this Lakers team, and I think we have to attribute it to Rondo. He had 8 assists. He's giving these players good passes when they're open. He knows when to give them these balls. So we have to leave Rondo on the cash list. The man is absolutely the third piece that this Lakers team needs. To win a championship in the NBA, you kind of need a big 3. Obviously the big 2, the 2 stars that come out, but you also need that third person. For the Warriors, Clay and Steph, obviously those were the Anthony Davis and LeBron James of this team. And then Draymond Green is the third, so you would kind of have to put him on the same level as Rondo right now. So the Lakers have their 3. I don't see them falling off anytime soon. Rondo, if he can keep it up, this team is really good to go. So we are going to leave Rajon Rondo on the cash list. And all right, so that is everybody else to evaluate. We don't have anybody to add on the cash list just because it's one game. We're not going to add anybody from the Rockets. Nobody had a fantastic game, and they lost. And when you try to find another person on this Lakers team, the fourth player, Alex Caruso, he had a great game. He shot 2 of 5 from 3. We can definitely respect that. 16 points overall. But just, nothing too great, on the other aspects of his game, but we can definitely respect the 16 points. Definitely great job there, but no cash list level performances. Kyle Kuzma, you have to step it up. Everybody was hitting except for you. You got outscored by Talen Horton-Tucker. The man just started. This was his first playoff game. He played 7 minutes and outscored you. My guy, come on. Kyle Kuzma, you have to step it up. You're lucky Caruso and Caldwell Pope and Danny Green were all 3 of them were stepping up. So you didn't have to, but, still try to get into a rhythm here. 2 of 6 from the field. 4 points overall. Nothing anywhere else. 22 minutes. Got to step it up just a little bit more, Kuz. Could put you on the trash list. You're lucky I don't. You're lucky you won the game. All right. Let's move to the trash list side of the NBA list. We've got Danny Green. We can reevaluate his performance. And as I said, 10 points, that's all we're really looking for Danny Green. 2 of 5 from 3, 40%. We can live with that. That's fine. Just hit a couple of threes. That's what the team needs you to do. So double-digit points, we can definitely respect it for Danny Green. So you can get off the trash list. Well done. Kemba Walker plays tonight. We'll see how he does. Game 7, big time. Kemba, you got to step it up. You cannot score only 5 points like you did in game number 6 in 51 minutes. That can't happen. I don't think it happens. So Kemba Walker does have a good chance of getting off the trash list here. All right. One more. We do have one addition. Everybody shits on Russell Westbrook for not having great games. We put him on the trash list 2 games ago because of his poor performances, but James Harden seems to get maybe this little bit of pass on social media and in the media in general, but he's not going to get the pass here. 21 points, 16 of those coming from the line, shooting 18% in a must-win game number 4 here. Now you're down 3-1. You think you're going to overcome a 3-1 deficit against the King? Not going to happen. So we are not going to let James Harden get a pass here. If Russell Westbrook is taking all this slander on Twitter, we have to do the same thing to James Harden when he's not having a great shooting night. 18%, truly, truly unacceptable. 1 of 6 from 3, 2 of 11 overall, 10 assists, that's good, but 21 points on 18% shooting. James Harden, welcome to the trash list, my guy. Got to put him on here. If we're holding Russell Westbrook to such a great standard, we have to hold James Harden to that same standard. He's lucky he got to the line. He's lucky he's getting these calls. Look at all these free throws attempts. 39 attempts for Houston. 16 for the Lakers, and they still win by 10. So Rockets are trying every way possible to win, and it doesn't work. We saw in game number 2, they hit 22 three-pointers, loss. Game number 3, they hit only 12 three-pointers, so, changing up their game a little bit, going more inside, driving to the bucket, taking a little bit more mid-range shots. They lose it. And then here we go. In game number 3, they're like, all right, scoring from 3 doesn't work. Scoring from the mid-range doesn't work. Let's just get to the line, see how that works. Doesn't work either. So heading into game number 5, when we're going to be looking at the lines and betting this game, Houston, they've tried everything. So I don't know what else they can really try. They don't have players that you can try and plug in to make any difference. They have to go small ball. That's what they are. No more players that you can try and plug and play and see what's going to make a good lineup. That's all out the window. So they can't score. They can't really defend too well against this Lakers team. Down low, they're just getting eaten up inside. So Houston, not looking really good going into game 5. Going to be a 4-1 gentleman's sweep, I'm predicting, for the Lakers. All right, but that will do it for the cash and trash list today. Just James Harden getting on the trash list. We are going to split our moneymakers up. We are going to do our NBA moneymaker right now and not at the end of the show. So let's do that right now. We do have, since we're still talking about the NBA, let's just get it out of the way right now, right? All right, 2 games. As I said, hey, take advantage. Relish in this moment. This is the last day that there will be 2 NBA games on the same day. Just because Lakers or Celtics and Raptors series will end, so even if the Nuggets do extend, which they probably won't, they'll be playing, every other day. All right, so here we go. Nuggets, Clippers. Nuggets hovering around that 9-point spread throughout these first 4 games. I expect it to be kind of the same. It dropped down to 8 last game. Probably going to go back up to 9 this game number 4. Michael Porter Jr., that press conference doesn't make him look great. I mean, he wasn't saying any lies, but you kind of want to keep all that business in-house. Obviously, he does need to get more involved with the offense, but coaches, they don't really switch up anything in these playoff series, and it's a little frustrating. They run with the same players, maybe rotating them in and out with other different players, but they don't add any new players in. We're not going to see Bobo playing any minutes. For the Celtics, we're not seeing any Enes Kanter, even though this series is going 7. So coaches, they don't really mix up the players in the lineups, just kind of they don't, I'm trying to rephrase this because I was going to say the same thing and contradict myself, but they don't add any players that aren't playing in the series, like Bobo, like Enes Kanter. They're not adding those players into the rotation. They're just kind of putting different players together, maybe put Michael Porter Jr. and Jokic in for 5 minutes together instead of 2 minutes, run them together for a little bit longer. So we're not going to see Bobo, which I really think needs to be implemented in the starting lineup. Paul Millsap and Jeremiah Grant really just aren't getting it done, and then we see how good their bench is, Michael Porter Jr., and we saw how good Bobo was in those seeding games. Yes, he doesn't have any real playoff action, but whose fault is that? You didn't play him in the first round that much. That's not my fault. You could have got him acclimated a little bit. If that was your big worry of putting him in these tight playoff games, you could have put him in the Jazz series to get him comfortable for round number 2. You didn't. Now you're never going to play him. So that ain't on me. That's on the coach. But hey, what do I know? I'm just somebody talking, right? So Nuggets, Clippers, still probably going to be around that 9-point spread. And I think we've been kind of on the Clippers and the Nuggets. But here we go, game number 4 or game number 5, must win for the Nuggets, but I don't think they can come together. We cannot count on Jamal Murray. We just can't, and it sucks because obviously he had some great performances in that first round against the Jazz, but I bring it up because everybody falls in love with those 50-point performances, but he still put up 14 and 12 and 17 in those other 3 games he didn't do so well on, and that's what we're seeing in this Clippers series. We're not seeing Jamal Murray go off at all. He's not putting up the numbers that they need to. Jokic is their only constant. He will get you 30 points. That's kind of guaranteed. He's shown that he will get you at least 30 points every single game. He took off, what was it, game 1 he took off, but everybody didn't have a great game number 1. in this Clipper series for the Nuggets. So we're not going to penalize Jokic at all for that. He is their constant. He will get you 30 and 12 nightly basis. He will hit at least 2 3-pointers. Michael Porter Jr. little iffy in that Jazz series, but that's because they moved him from the starting spot to the bench. So I just can't count on Jeremy Grant. I can't count on Jamal Murray. So I think I might flip back to Clippers -9. They're going to close out. Kawhi's going to be on point. Paul George has shown that he's actually having good contributions here throughout this series. So I do like the Clippers -9 in the spot. Hopefully it doesn't rise to like 10 or 11 because then we may have to reevaluate it a little bit. But if it's still 8, 9, we feel good with the Clippers at that. Alrighty, Celtics Raptors Game 7. Man, the Celtics, they got me. They got me. Before this series started, we said it would go game for game. Celtics, then Raptors, then Celtics again, the Raptors again, the Celtics all the way down to Game 7. Then we saw Game number 1 and saw how good the stars of the Celtics performed, and we bought it. We bought into it 100%. We switched up our 7-game prediction, and we thought it would be a 5-game. We thought Celtics would take care of business 4-1, but this Raptors, that 0.5 second buzzer beater in game number 3 really just turned this entire series around. Then they win game number 4. Celtics have a great game number 5. Raptors only putting up 89 points in game number 5, but then here they go in game number 6, winning in double overtime. So when you're looking at this series, the 2 Raptors wins are 0.5 second buzzer beater and double overtime win with Kemba Walker only scoring 5 points in 51 minutes. We are still going to ride with the Celtics. We still think overall they are a better team. We think that the Raptors they catch that spark because Nick Nurse, man, his energy he brings into the coaching, his kind of underdog mentality, the Raptors buy into it a lot, and sometimes the magic just happens for the Raptors. That's kind of what happened last year for the Raptors, down 2-0 against the Bucks, and then they win 4 straight, and then they go and win the entire championship. So I think the Raptors, they just catch magic sometimes, whereas the Celtics, they're good. They're consistently good. They have stars on their team. They're not just all role players meshing well together, catching magic. So we are still going to stick with the Celtics. We're not jumping off ship of the Celtics in game number 7. The spread is going to be interesting. It may be -1 for the Celtics. I don't think it's any higher than 1 or 2. It could go up to 2 for the Celtics. Celtics, what were they been hovering? Was it like -4 last game? I don't think it's going to be that high. See if I can get it real quick, because we took it. Celtics -3.5. So I don't think it's as high as 3.5. I think it does come down to maybe 1. This is a game number 7 here. So, yeah, we're comfortable with that. We think the Celtics win outright. We will take it even if it is that 3. We still will take it. I think the Celtics, everybody was hitting except for Kemba Walker in game number 5, in game number 6, and that's why I went into double overtime. So we expect the Celtics to everybody to perform. This is a must-win, do or die, win or go home game, and I like the Celtics here. So let's look at the line here. All right, let's see what we got going. Oh, and just to tell you what we did yesterday, so, you might think, first time watching, you're like, oh, what does this guy talk about? Well, we had Lakers -5 yesterday. That checked out, and I'll spoil the score for the NFL games. We went Chiefs -9.5, and that also checked out. So, hey, kind of know. I'm batting about 67% throughout the entire NBA playoffs, so not bad, right? Alrighty, so here we go. Nuggets Clippers -8. Perfect. I think this is really, really good. I don't think the Nuggets are going to perform very well. That's really what it's going to come down to. Elimination game, Clippers will rise to the occasion. Nuggets, they're just too inconsistent for me. I would love to buy them. Absolutely. I love Jamal Murray. That battle in this first series was incredible to watch, but here it is. He has to step up his competition against this Clippers team, and he hasn't really done that yet. I don't think it's going to magically come here in game number 5. So we will take the Clippers -8. And here we go. Celtics Raptors -2.5 for the Celtics. Kind of where we predicted it. Still on par of what happened in game number 3. And I'm still kind of comfortable taking it. I do like the Celtics team better than the Raptors. I like Jaylen Brown. I like Jason Tatum a lot. I really am impressed with Marcus Smart. Stepping into that starting role when Gordon Hayward came out with an injury. So I'm big on the Celtics. 2 points. These Raptors wins are kind of a little fluky, if you ask me. So here we go. Game 7, Celtics -2.5 is the good bet, in my opinion. So the official takes by fans moneymaker today will be a 2-team parlay. Clippers -8 and Celtics -2.5. Alrighty, well, that will do it for the NBA for right now. Let's get into it, baby. We can finally start talking football. Absolutely magnificent. The game yesterday was great. We got to see Patrick Mahomes. We got to see Deshaun Watson. We thought the Texans would take a little bit of step back this season. We thought the Chiefs would take a step back too, just a slight one. But, you know, they're better than this Texans team. We predicted that. We kind of knew that. And that's what this game showed. 14-point win for the Chiefs. It wasn't even that kind of close, really. Chiefs got out to not a great start, but in that second and third quarter, as we see, really putting up the points. Texans just could not do anything besides that second drive where they scored the touchdown. First drive for the Texans, end up, I think, 3 and out. Second drive, they're able to score the touchdown. And then second and third quarter, I mean, they got no answers. So let's jump right into these highlights here and see what we've got going on. We get Patrick Mahomes. This is their first drive. You think they've got the touchdown, right? Demarcus Robinson with the touchdown. Well, hey, hold on there. We do have to review it because he does not secure the catch all the way to the ground. Truly unfortunate. Maybe a little bit of a big hit there to the chin of that man. Maybe jarred the ball loose a little bit. That's a big shot, but he does not maintain possession, so it is overturned, and the Chiefs get no points out of that drive. And here they go. They're going to try and score. They're not going to. 2nd and 10. What do we got? Patrick Mahomes gets sacked. Oh, boy. J.J. Watt thinks he's good with the sack. We got Jacob Martin there with the official credit for the sack. So they don't score on that drive after the review of the touchdown. Deshaun Watson is ready to rock, baby. David Johnson up the middle. This is who they've got in return for DeAndre Hopkins. And so far, hey, it was looking like it was a good trade, right? Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves. There's still a lot more game to be played. So we see 9 plays, 80 yards. How long was that drive? Did it say 5 minutes? Because that's a solid drive. Let me see if I've said 5 minutes. Yeah, 5 minutes. So that's a definitely good, solid drive. Marching down the field. 5-minute plus drives. Very, very good. Chewing up the clock, making the defense tired. But then we get to see the rookie, baby, and this man is doing exactly what he did in college. We watched the highlights yesterday. Just look at this man run right up the middle. Nothing too flashy. Doesn't get taken down on the first hit, and then like 5 yards after contact, the man is strong. They're fast on the perimeter, and they're strong up front. Puts him in position to score a touchdown, and he just goes to reliable Travis Kelce, right? Why not? Oh, and let me just say this right now. I'm so used to calling replays on the NBA website, and it's just so nice. Big screen. I can hover over it, and it doesn't gray out the screen. All these stats are at the bottom, and then we go to the NFL site, and it's real trash. Such a small picture. I can enlarge it, obviously. I get it, but then every time I hover over, it grays out, and it takes a while for it to come out, and then these stats here on the side, it's just not put together well. So NBA, I tip the cap to thee for a great website. NFL, step it up a little bit, because it's truly a little annoying. It's going to take a little time to get used to, because I hate the gray out, and then everything comes, you can't even see it. I just hate it. I wanted to watch this Travis Kelce touchdown one more time. I wish they played it in slow motion. They did it in the live broadcast, and it made it look really nice because it was really a tight throw. So we are going to see if we can break it down just a little bit. This was the cloud hair run there. So here we go. 5-yard line. We get Travis Kelce. Here he is. Right here. Look at how tight this window is, folks. Keep your eye. Oof. He makes the move at the last second. Nice little open window there. Linebacker was a little bit more to the left here, but just really a tight throw. Patrick Mahomes read it all the way, and it's Travis Kelce from Mahomes. I mean, we are going to be calling that combination time and time again, folks. Probably one of the best safety blankets in the league. Just dump it off to your tight end, and they're able to score it on the goal line. So well done to them. All right, Deshaun Watson. He's got to answer, right? Well, gets sacked. Unfortunate. So big up front. We got Chris Jones, baby. That's what he does. Game wrecker up front. Chiefs back into the red zone. Who are they going to here? You have to guard so many things when they're down close. They just do a nice little bubble screen here. And look at this. Look at this. I try to hit space for the pause, and it brings me all the way down. I'm not liking this. I'm not liking the sight. I'm not liking it. Can I pause it? I can't even pause it. Why can't I pause it? It grays out. That's why I want to use the space bar so it doesn't gray out. But here it is. You have to guard their running back. You have to guard Travis Kelce. But Sammy Watkins coming on the bubble screen. Quick pass so everybody's eligible to block right off the rip. Comes down the line. Finds it. Great blocking up front. Absolutely magnificent. Let's go big here. It's still grayed out, but I can control it a little bit more. Not really. Can't use the arrows for the rewind. How pathetic. How pathetic. Oh, man, this website kills me. I'm going to have to find something else. All right, but anyway, Sammy Watkins able to score. They're up 7 now. Here he is, Deshaun Watson, trying to engineer a good drive here before half. Sets him up decently. They're at the 30. Deshaun Watson, pass. Oof, overthrown. That's a tight pass between the corner and the safety. It's a tough pass to make. Decently thrown, but obviously, as we saw, overthrown, so incomplete. But here we go. 51-yard field goal attempt for Kaime Fairbarn. And what does he do? You got to take all the points that you can get, and he misses it wide right, hooking right off of the rip. Truly unfortunate for them. So they don't get any points going into the half, and they leave the Chiefs into good field position with 21 seconds left, and that is one of the 7 deadly sins, leaving Patrick Mahomes 21 seconds when they're on the 40. You just can't do that. We're going to get a 6-point swing here. Huge catch there by Sammy Watkins. He's been absolutely clutch. 9 catches for him for over 100 yards. He had 80, right? 82 yards, 7 receptions, and a touchdown. He just had himself an incredible game. And then here we go. This is where the 6-point swing happens. Chiefs, they don't miss their field goals, baby, as time expires into the half. So they go up 10 at half. Coming out of the half, first drive, Patrick Mahomes. Boom, strike, moving the ball. 2nd and 13 now. Who do you go to? You got to go to the fastest receiver in the league, Tyreek Hill. Look at him. Just so quick, able to pick up the first. Well done, keeping the drive moving. And then we got the rookie, baby. Look at that. Stutter step. Oh, my God. Plants his foot. So fantastic. Absolutely magnificent. Look at him hit the hole. Plants the foot. Then goes the other direction, goes all the way to the end zone. His first NFL touchdown. Well done. Welcome to the league. You're going to be something special. Cloud Edwards-Helaire, absolutely magnificent. So now the Chiefs are up 24-7. Game is getting away from Deshaun Watson, but this is what Deshaun Watson does. Escape. 3rd and 7. Doesn't still pick up the first, and this is really a good sign if you're a Chiefs fan. Look at, I think I went back too far. Here we go. It's going to be after this play. We're going to break down this rushing play by Deshaun Watson, breaking all the tackles, but they don't let him advance, really. They're keeping him lateral here, look at all these defenders rotating in front of him, cutting him off. Absolutely fantastic. So, yes, he was able to kind of scramble and buy some time, but great coverage downfield. There was nothing for Deshaun Watson to throw to. So, once you get past like the initial 3 seconds of a play, kind of coverage starts to break down in the backfield a little bit for the Chiefs, but they're able to keep him. Deshaun Watson kept him in front of him. Didn't allow a big explosive run. So this is really great defense by the Chiefs, especially when they're up 24-7. You expect them to kind of relax a little bit because they have a big lead here, but well done up front, keeping Deshaun Watson in the pocket and then chasing him out of bounds before he can pick up the 3rd and 7. Here we go. Patrick Mahomes, baby. Give it to Sammy Watkins. Keeps the drive alive. He threw 75% this game. Absolutely magnificent for the man. And then if this was Claude Harris, he would have broken that tackle. But it wasn't, right? Unfortunate. 3rd and 5. They don't pick it up, and they do have to punt. All right, Deshaun Watson now, 4th quarter. Got to step it up. Down big. Nice strike over the middle there. They're driving now. Once again, driving. Deshaun Watson, what does he do? Ooh, you can't throw that ball, my guy. Look at this man, a rookie again. 2 rookies, one on the offensive side, one on the defensive side, stepping up. This man's name is L'Jarius Sneed. Make sure you listen to this man. You will be hearing from him a lot this season. Yes, this was an easy pick, but look at Tyrann Mathieu forcing the pressure. That's why we love this Chiefs defense, because of Tyrann Mathieu. We are big on Tyrann Mathieu here at Takes by Fans. I've been big on him since he's from Wisconsin. I wanted the Dolphins to draft him as a rookie. They didn't. They had a chance to maybe get him when he was a free agent, but the Chiefs scoop him up, and this man is making the best out of a 3rd chance, 2nd opportunity. Let's watch it one more time. This isn't the play. Oh, we went back a little too far. Here it is. All right. This is going to be the pick. We're going to see Tyrann Mathieu coming up here right there, blitzing as a safety, forces the error throw, and that's L'Jarius Sneed, baby. Ready for the pick. Bad decision by Deshaun Watson. That kind of iced the game. You put the Chiefs into great position. They're at the 10 and 4th and inches, baby. Andy Reid is not scared to go for it on 4th and short, even when they have a big lead, even with the 3-point, put them up by 20. Why not go up by more? But this was a pick. Patrick Mahomes gets bailed out a little bit. They call pass interference on the play. Unbelievable. Do we have to watch it again? Was it pass interference? Let's take a little bit of a deeper look here. 4th and inches. Where is the pass interference? I don't know, man. I don't know. I think Patrick Mahomes got bailed out a little bit there. Bad throw by him, throwing in triple coverage. He tried to float it over the defender, but they call pass interference. He gets bailed out. Unfortunate, and they're not going to miss twice, are they? Patrick Mahomes, who do you go to in this situation? Oh, baby, Tyreek Hill. Why not? Why not go to the shortest receiver in the goal line, right? Why not? That's what the Chiefs do. You think they go big, throw to Travis Kelce at the goal line? We saw that's how they scored their first touchdown. No. They're going to go small, speedy, wide receiver when there's limited room. Why not? So they go up 31-7. Now the Chiefs are just playing bend, don't break defense here, even though they do get broke right here. So they're just letting the Texans run out the clock, go ahead, drive down the field, that's fine, but we're going to make you eat up the clock as you do so. We see a failed 2-point conversion attempt here. Patrick Mahomes isn't going to be able to really score anymore, but, they don't need to. They're just kind of running out the clock. Don't make a mistake. If we don't pick up the first, that's fine. We have a huge lead, and we believe in our defense. Once again, bend, don't break. They do let Deshaun Watson escape, but they're playing off. They're not pressing because they don't want anything behind them, even though they get behind them on this play. A little bit of a blown coverage. Texans trying to come back here. Deshaun Watson over the middle. Gets it down to the 1. Do they call it a touchdown? No, they call him down at the 1. Next play, they will score. Once again, just eating up that clock. Look at that. Look at this. 2 minutes left now. So even if they score, doesn't really matter. Deshaun Watson keeps it. Doesn't matter. They're still up 11. They try the onside. Doesn't go, but look at this recovery, and he returns it. You rarely ever see a big return on a onside kick attempt, but the Chiefs, they do it. They do it well. They do everything well, even their special teams. And then there he is, maybe putting a stamp on this game. Absolutely magnificent. This close to a touchdown. Would have loved it. The man had 2 touchdowns, but gets him down to the 1. Go for the field goal. Why not? Get your kicker some good momentum here, some good experience, and that will do it. So the 14-point game there for the Chiefs, and they take game 1, first game of the NFL season, and that's kind of what we said. We predicted the Chiefs win this game. We thought Andy Reid would have his team really focus here for the first game. We don't think Bill O'Brien is too good of a head coach. We saw this game. Yeah, they scored on their second drive, but the Chiefs wrapped them up, everything else. So, yes, they do miss DeAndre Hopkins. Let's look at what these receivers did. Will Fuller, that's their main target, 112. Just nobody else stepping up. Brandon Cooks, who is their official number 2, only 20 yards. Randall Cobb, they have only 23 yards. And Kenny Stills, nothing. 2 targets, couldn't even catch a pass. Unfortunate. So, yes, they are missing DeAndre Hopkins. Yes, David Johnson is decent, but, kind of bottled up after he scored that touchdown. Basically everything was bottled up from the Texans after that second drive. Chiefs' defense is real. They were able to contain Deshaun Watson. He only had 253 yards, touchdown pick, nothing great. It's a 62% completion percentage, just nothing great, just average. But then we look at what Patrick Mahomes did. Look at this, 75% completion percentage, 211 yards. He doesn't need to, carry this team passing because look at this running back, baby, Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Was I calling him Claude? I think I was. Can't read my own handwriting. Truly unfortunate. But Clyde Edwards-Helaire here, 138 yards, y'all. Absolutely magnificent. Averaging 5 yards a carry. That's what we know about this man. He's not the fastest. He's not going to break anything to the outside, but he is going to be physical, and we saw it in the highlights, man. Yards after contact is incredible. Going right up the middle, challenging everybody on that Texans team. Going right up the middle to J.J. Watt. Blowing up J.J. Watt's game. So they have it all on this Chiefs team. Andy Reid is a genius. I think he may be. So they draft him in the first round, and he's not your typical Chiefs player, speedy. That's why you have Patrick Mahomes. That's why you have Tyreek Hill. You have beef and Travis Kelce. You have the deep threat at Sammy Watkins, and now you have a power running game and Clyde Edwards-Helaire. This man's going to be something special. This is just the beginning of it. Absolutely fantastic debut for him. And, we kind of called it here. All right, but that's what happened yesterday. The product, it looked fantastic on TV. You couldn't really even tell that there was no fans in the stadium. There was 15,000. That was about, 22% of their overall capacity. So without fans, Chiefs and Jags were the only teams that are allowing fans in week 1. Some other teams are allowing fans. They're testing it out a little bit in week number 2, 3, and so on. But, so this Sunday coming up, we are going to get no fans, so we are going to get a little bit of a clearer picture of how that is going to look. But so far, this is what you see in television. This is what you see. This literally looks exactly like last year. Whereas in the NBA, when you're looking at it on the court, you get the virtual fans. You can obviously see it. You see more of the fans in the NBA just because of the camera angle and the smallness of the actual court. So it does obviously look like a different product. They're in a bubble, so there's nothing great going on the floor, just plain. And then you do have the home team's logo, but that's really it. Here in the NFL, still going to home, or people actually having home field advantage. So you do definitely see a clear difference in the television product as you're watching it. So football is looking great. You can barely even tell. So, it's looking great, and we are looking forward to watching it for the rest of the season. No issues there on the visual aspect. Alrighty, so let's unveil our cash and trash list. We had 2 teams going up against each other. We have some players that we can't critique, and we're going to do so. So here we go, the unveiling of the NFL cash and trash list here. Who will be the first 2 players on the cash list to make it? Well, we obviously have to have Patty Mahomes, baby, right? Come on, 75% completion percentage, 3 touchdowns, no picks, 211 yards in your first game back with no preseason. Absolutely magnificent. This Chiefs team is looking like they aren't taking that step back. They're not having a Super Bowl hangover. So great job by Patrick Mahomes being the true leader, getting off to a pretty good start. Almost scored that touchdown in the first drive. Receiver couldn't hold on to it. That's nothing to do with Patrick Mahomes. And then in the second quarter, they put up 17 points. Threads the needle to Travis Kelce. Able to just get it done. Well done. Patrick Mahomes, the first player to grace the cash list. Patrick Mahomes, well done, sir. But we do have one more player coming from the Chiefs as well. Here we go. Y'all already know who it's going to be. Come on. Come on. I cannot talk about this man enough. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, baby. 25 carries. They fed him and fed him and fed him and fed him. And he's like, hey, if y'all keep feeding me, I'm going to keep eating. Because the man just went up the middle every single time. He's tough. He can juke. We saw him in the highlights that when he jab stepped in, went the other way, froze the safety. We saw him do it in college, and he's doing it here in the NFL. So the game is looking fine from the transition from college to the pros. The man is on a great team. Kind of fits them. They've got speed everywhere else, and now they have that big enforcer up the middle. Love it, love it, love it. Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And he got a touchdown in your first game. Well done. We love it. We love it here, obviously. Can I copy and paste this? I don't think I'm going to be able to. It's not that hard of a name, but it is 3 names, and then you get the hyphen. And how the hell do you spell Helaire? Okay, well, I just pasted another football. So there goes that. So here we go. We'll just do Clyde Edwards-Helaire. He deserves all 3 names. We're not going to shortchange him on the name. Clyde Edwards. This guy is too good. If he was on the trash list, then maybe you shorten his name. But this man's on the cash list. This man needs his full name. Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Hang on. Let me see. Did I spell it right? No. I know I didn't spell it right on my paper. Haler. Is that the same? H-E-L-A. 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 H-E. Hell. Yeah, really not even that hard of a name. Did I even spell that right? Did I spell that right the second time? A-I-R-E. A-I-R-E. All right. Here we go. Learn to spell it, y'all. You're going to be hearing it. You're going to be seeing it. Get used to it. Clyde Edwards-Helaire is going to be Rookie of the Year. I'm calling it now. 1 game in. I didn't even see the other rookies. I don't need to see Chase Young. I don't need to see Joe Burrow. Clyde Edwards-Helaire will be the Rookie of the Year. Lock it in. Lock it in. Bet it. Don't know what the spread is for that, but bet it. Bet it. Bet it big. Alrighty. So that will do it for the cash. There's just 2 players. Sammy Watkins, great game. No disrespect to him, but not cashless material. Maybe if he broke 100 yards, we can give it to him. But yeah, look at this. Travis Kelce, 50 yards. Tyreek Hill, only 46 yards. They didn't even really use Tyreek Hill that much. We saw him catch the pass in the end zone, but it's not like they were running him on slants and him going wild. So this team has so many ways they can get it done, and they kind of showed everything. They kind of showed it all. Patrick Mahomes, Edwards-Helaire, all the receivers getting into it. So this team's going to be good, man. And especially with that defense, we do have to give a little bit of credit. I was this close of putting, where is he at? Here he is. L'Jarius Sneed. We saw him in the highlights. He was the one that picked off Deshaun Watson. If it wasn't such an easy interception, I would have put him on the cash list. But Tyrann Mathieu setting it up, coming off the edge, blitzing. That's what makes Tyrann Mathieu so good. That's what makes Jamal Adams so good at the safety position. They can be all over the field. These are true ball hawks. They know how to play every position. They know how to alter the quarterback to make a bad throw so the defense, who's playing great coverage, can go and just make an easy pick. So really that interception was all Tyrann Mathieu coming off the edge, forcing Deshaun Watson to make a very, very ill-advised throw. And L'Jarius Sneed, a rookie, just being very, very good, being in his position, knowing where he needs to be on the field to make the easy kind of lofted interception. So this close to putting him on. No disrespect, an honorable mention if you would like to give him that. So well done to him. But we do have one trash list member. We got to put somebody on the trash list, right? It's not going to be Deshaun Watson. He obviously didn't play trash. He didn't play great, but he didn't play trashly. But we are going to have to give it to the kicker, man. His only field goal to cut it to a 4-point game going into half. Instead, you give the Chiefs an extra 3 points with that miss. So Kami Fairbairn, I don't even know how to say this man's name. I think it's Kwame Fairbairn, whatever. But anyway, he's going on the trash list. That is a huge swing, and when you have a chance to put up points against the Chiefs, you have to take it. You have to. Have to take the points. Because as we saw, the Chiefs are not going to leave any points on the field. 20 seconds left on their own 37. They go and get into field goal position. That's where the 6-point swing comes from. So Conway Fairborn, bad time to miss a field goal. So we are going to have to take you off or put you on the trash list. The first one on. Not what you want to be. Fair Baron. How the hell? It's so small. Is it Fair Baron? Fair Baron? Jesus Christ, I still messed it up. I don't care. I'll fix it later. All right. So we've done our trash list for the NFL. Cash and trash list for the NFL now. So we've got these two lists going. So let's do, what I want to do now is just take a look at all these games coming up on Sunday. Trying to guess the spreads. We'll see what they actually are. We're not going to do our moneymakers yet for the NFL. I'm going to do that in tomorrow's show. So be ready for that. We'll go a little bit more in depth in some of these more interesting games. Like I'm very interested. What games are going to be good? I can't wait to see Phillip Rivers and the Colts. I'm high on them as well. I'm big on the Steelers and the Colts going into the season. You know, kind of outside of those top tier teams. I think the Colts and the Steelers can make playoff runs and have something truly special this season. So I want to look a little bit deeper into Phillip Rivers tomorrow. Saints Bucks is going to be a very, very tight game. Breeze Brady in the Dome in New Orleans. So we'll get into that game a little bit deeper tomorrow as well. And I can't wait for the Steelers game on Monday Night Football, and we get to see them. Oh, yeah. Make sure you're watching Monday night. Watch these Steelers, y'all. I'm telling y'all, this defense is really good, and they get Big Ben back. And then, oh, my God, Monday Night Football is going to be absolutely fantastic, and we get to see how Drew Lock is going to go 4-1 in his 5 starts last season, kind of took the league over by storm. I want to see how he is going to be able to make that transition here as a full starter, full 16 game schedule coming up. So I want to see how he does. I think we did a video on him, and his arm is very, very good. He does have the cannon. Just gonna see how he's going to be able to kind of prepare now that all these teams have tape on him. They've watched these games over and over and over again because it is a small sample size. So we are gonna see how he does, and then the AFC reigning competitors here with the Titans, see how they do. I'm believing in Ryan Tannehill. So we do have some good, Monday Night Football is gonna be real fun. Real fun. Even though the Giants aren't that good, I'm really interested to see how these Steelers do. All right, so here we go. We're going to do the Sunday night games. We're not going to guess the Monday night games yet. We're going to save that for Monday's show, so we're not going to get ahead of ourselves there. But we are going to take a look at all these games. So here we go. Seahawks, Falcons. All right. Keep in mind, home team has that 3-point advantage, so always factor that in. All right, Seahawks, Falcons. What are the Falcons working with? I mean, obviously they have, Julio Jones, Todd Gurley, Calvin Ridley, great weapons everywhere. Their offense is not the problem. Defense, not so great, decent. As I said, the major thing to consider about this Falcons team, I think they are going to be better than what people are thinking. Dan Quinn last year, kind of mid to late in the season, firing a lot of coaches on the defensive and special ends and in the offensive coordinator spot. Or in the offensive spot of coaches, getting rid of a lot of coaches, replacing them, and what do? They win their last 3 games. That's huge. That's great momentum even coming into this season, trying to build that winning culture. Didn't like what he was seeing at the coaching spot, so now they have great talent. Defense hopefully gets a little bit shored up, and I think Falcons are going to be very good, but the Seahawks, they're my number 1 team. I think they may be the best team in the league. Their offense, when you have Russell Wilson, you don't need A1 receivers. Tyler Lockett, DK Metcalf, we saw what he did last season, kind of emerging as a star wide receiver. They have Philip Dorsett. Chris Carson, not the best running back. They got Carlos Hyde as the second. So their offense not great pieces. Obviously, Atlanta's pieces are better, but Russell Wilson is still great, and their defense is also very good. Look at this, man. Jamal Adams, they just got him. He's going to be absolutely spectacular. And this linebacking crew, KJ Wright, Bobby Wagner, Bruce Irving, so they're great. This is a very, very good defense. Defensive line's not overall great. It's more towards the back with the linebackers and safeties. That's where all their talent is. But when you have, Jamal Adams is like Tyrann Mathieu, and what did we see him do last in the game against the Chiefs last night? We saw him all over the field, blitzing the quarterback, playing deep, playing mid. I mean, Jamal Adams and Tyrann Mathieu are kind of the same player. They're all over the field. So this is going to be huge for the Seahawks. Might throw Matt Ryan off a little bit. Todd Gurley, he does need to prove himself before we can start buying into him a little bit more. 1-year contract for him in Atlanta. So this is going to be tough. This is going to be really tough. I think the spread is going to be Falcons -1. Falcons -1. Because so they have the 3-point for the home, but I think the Seahawks are 2 points better overall. Their offense is their talent on offense is above average, but when you have Russell Wilson, you take above average into pretty great territory. So I'm not worried about their offense at all. Russell Wilson will be able to take care of it, and that defense for Seattle is what I'm hanging my head on. That's why I have them at the number 1 spot, because mainly their defense. Atlanta, they're still a good team, though. I would probably stay away from betting this game. I don't think I'll put this game in our moneymaker. It is close. These teams are very, very good, but it's in Atlanta. That's what gives me a little bit of hesitation for the Seahawks, but we'll go Falcons -1 here. Alrighty, Browns-Ravens. Browns have all the talent. They were able to steal a game from the Ravens in last year. They split the season series. But Browns, I mean, they've got the pieces. Bradley Chubb, Odell Beckham, Jarvis Landry. They're good. Baker Mayfield, how well is he going to step up in year number 3? Their defense, they have Myles Garrett, possibly the best defensive end in the league. But other than that, Olivier Vernon, Sheldon Richardson, so they're good up front. Little bit of not so great towards the back. Denzel Ward's decent. They do have Andrew Seho. That is a big pickup from Minnesota. Great safety there. But then we go look at the Ravens. I mean, obviously they're great. Lamar Jackson, Mark Ingram, Hollywood, Marquise Brown, baby. You still got Willie Snead. So they're really packed on offense. And their defense, they have Marcus Peters. They lose Earl Thomas. That is going to be a big shot. Maybe not the best teammate, but nobody's doubting the man's talent. They do have Derek Wolfe up front, Calais Campbell. So once again, good defense, good offense, tight game as well. So 3 points for home for the Ravens. This may stay at this may go to like 6. I think it will be under the touchdown margin. So we will go Ravens. I think it might be 5. I'll say 5. I'll say Ravens -5. It's really all dependent on Baker Mayfield, a new rookie head coach for the Browns. So that makes me a little hesitant. How well is he going to be able to get this team ready? I mean, we really do have to take into account coaches getting their players ready to play an NFL game in full speed. No preseason games. Did it really affect the Chiefs? Did it affect the Chiefs-Texans game? Maybe. We can't tell too much because Texans, we knew their talent isn't that great. Their defense took a hit in the offseason. They lose DeAndre Hopkins. Bill O'Brien is not a great coach in my opinion. Andy Reid is a fantastic coach and their team won, but they do have a lot of talent. So it is a little hard to judge if the coaches made a huge impact. We might be able to see it a little bit clearer in the Sunday games. Thursday Night Football, usually not a lot of good teams play well in these games anyway. So it is kind of hard to judge the coach aspect, but I'm still going to kind of roll with that for week 1. I am going to buy into it. So new head coach for the Browns. Probably stay away from picking the Browns yet until Baker Mayfield proves himself. We are going to still be riding on Lamar Jackson. So maybe if the spread is right, -5, I think maybe I'm comfortable taking. But any more than -5 for the Ravens, I think I stay away from. So we will check that. But at Ravens -5, I think is going to be the spread. Already, Jets, Bills. Come on, come on. I'm not buying the Jets at all. I do not like Adam Gase at all. Zero, zero. Zero on a scale of 1 to 100 of how much I like Adam Gase. It's zero. I would go negative, but that's ruining the scale, right? So I don't think Adam Gase can call plays. I think he divides the locker room. I'm not buying the story that Le'Veon Bell and Adam Gase are now buddy and are actually friends. I'm not buying any of that. That's what you say to the press. That's what you say. Yes. Oh yeah, me and the coach are fine. Yeah, he didn't like me and thought I was overpaid and didn't really want me on the squad and didn't think I was good at talent and didn't really use me a lot last year. But all that is out the window. We're good now. This offseason was actually good. We actually talked. I'm not buying it, Le'Veon. I'm not buying it until Adam Gase goes 16-0. I probably won't respect him at all. So if he goes 16-0, maybe I'll earn my respect just a little bit. But until he does that, and that will not happen, I can guarantee that. I am not buying the Jets. Sam Darnold. I'm not buying him. I know a lot of people like him. I'm just not buying him quite yet. Missed the game with Samano. A couple of games there. That's kind of why they got off to a rocky start. But this Bills team, I'm loving their defense. They get Stephon Diggs upgrading to wide receiver. It's in Buffalo. Josh Allen, he doesn't play great all the time. 58% completion last year. That needs to get up, but that's the one knock on him. Decent at the dual threat. Jets got rid of their best defensive player. They have no real weapons anywhere on the field besides Le'Veon Bell. So -3 for Bills for the home, and I think it may even be all the way up to 7. And honestly, I'll take it. Yes, it's week 1. Adam Gase, when you're comparing the coaches, Sean McDermott or Adam Gase, here's Adam Gase, here's Sean McDermott. That's the big coaching disparity between these two. Great coach, and Sean McDermott knows how to coach up his players, he runs a tight ship over there in Buffalo, I can guarantee that. So we are going to be comfortable taking the Bills. I think it may be all the way up to -7. I don't think the Jets are that great at all. Alrighty, Raiders, Panthers now. Raiders, Panthers. Ugh. How do we call the Panthers team? Matt Rule. I want to like him. I've expressed my concerns that he can't coach in bowl games. 1-4 in bowl games. Not good at all. But regular season, decent coaching, but he does need a little bit of time to get everything in order. We saw what he did in Temple. Taking it from like 2-11 that first year, but he was able to work it up to 10 wins. Same thing what he did in Baylor. Baylor, yep. Able to take that team to 10 wins, but took like 2 seasons to get it going. They do have Teddy Bridgewater, great quarterback. Nobody's doubting him. He's obviously better than Derek Carr. We're not really sold on John Gruden as a coach. But this is going to be tough. Probably stays around -3. I don't think it goes up any higher than that. Panthers, they lose Luke Kuechly in the defensive spot in retirement, but they still do have Christian McCaffrey. They have good offensive weapons. I'm not sold on Derek Carr just quite yet. Where are we at here? What can we do? All right. So they have Hunter Renfrow, maybe their best receiver. Are we trusting him? Josh Jacobs. What do they got on defense? Nothing spectacular. They got rid of all their good defensive players. Khalil Mack, we all remember that trade. Here we go in Carolina. Great running back, good weapons. Robbie Anderson's a good, decent receiver. Once again, no real good weapons on the defensive end. So how well is Matt Rule really going to coach? There was a little bit of concerning in their walkthrough earlier this week. Matt Rule came out and said that the team was a little flat and didn't look 100%, so that gives me a little bit of worries. I probably stay away from betting this game week 1 as well, unless the spread, if I'm wrong about the spread, Panthers -3, maybe we can change it around, but so far I'm not comfortable taking it. I got to see what Matt Rule is going to do quick first. Alrighty, Bears, Lions, both these teams are going to be garbage overall, but maybe we side with the Bears just a little bit. Matt Patricia, I don't think is a good coach. Matt Nagy is obviously a very, very good coach. He just doesn't have a good offensive leader on the field in Mitch Trubisky. They have Allen Robinson, great receiver. They bring in Ted Ginn Jr., that's great for the speed. They have Jimmy Graham, good. This is going to be good for Mitch Trubisky. Safety net at the tight end, just dump it off if things get too hot. Just try and run a lot of dink and dunk for Mitch Trubisky. That's what they ran last year. And then you had the deep threat if the dink and dunk is letting the Lions play up a little bit more. So you can throw it to Allen Robinson. David Montgomery, what did he do last season? Let's take a quick peek. 900 yards, respectable. So good there by him. Expect him to kind of ramp that up into a second starting year for him. Defensive end, they've got Khalil Mack, great there. Danny Trevathan, solid linebacker. Kyle Fuller, he's a good safety. Eddie Jackson too. So Robert Quinn coming off the left side as well. So they do have talent on offense. They have talent on defense, and I do not like the Lions at all. Matthew Stafford is their best player, but even when he was playing, he played 8 games. He won 3 of them. Their talent surrounding him is not going to get it done. Galladay's a good receiver. No, not a top receiver, but a good solid one. Their defense, Trey Flowers. What else do they got? I mean, they lose Darius Slay. They do have Desmond Trufant. That is good. I do like that. But overall, Matt Patricia, are they going to be ready to play? How healthy is Matt Stafford going to stay? So I think this one's going to be tough. I think it might be, we'll say Bears, Lions -1, I think. You give them the 3 for the home field, but I think overall this Bears team is better. Luckily for Mitch Trubisky, he does get a subpar Lions team that he can kind of build a little confidence off of. So I expect the Bears to win it. Depending what the spread is, we can take the game. But I don't like the Lions at all. Alrighty, Colts and Jags. I mean, Colts have already established that winning culture. Their head coach, Frank Wright, is absolutely fantastic. Doing what he did, I think they went 7-9 last year with Jacoby Brissett. They get a huge upgrade in Phillip Rivers. True trusted veteran. He's good in the regular season. Obviously, he hasn't been able to make those deep playoff runs, but the Colts have good weapons as well. I've got them up here. Marlon Mack, great running back. T.Y. Hilton, old, reliable. Their defensive end, DeForest Buckner, great there. Xavier Rhodes, oh my goodness, fantastic cornerback. So they're decent on the defensive end. This Jags team is so sorry. I'm not buying Gardner Minshew. I don't care what anybody says. I do not care what anybody says. He did throw 64% last year, so I will give him that. But other than that, they're getting rid of all their best players. We see them just getting rid of Ngakoue. They got rid of Jalen Ramsey last year. Doug Marrone is not a good head coach. He's not. The most he's ever done is 10 wins, and that was his first season in Jacksonville when they had all that talent. So just going downhill since then. Not betting on the Jags at all. This one may be Colts -3, to be honest. This Jags team is sorry. We love the Colts. We think they come out big. Hopefully it's not any more than Colts -3 because I am comfortable at that mark to put that on the moneymaker. All right, Packers, Vikings. Packers, I think they're a little inflated from their 13-3 season last year. Vikings, they lose a lot of key pieces. They lose Xavier Rhodes on the defense. They lose Stephon Diggs on the offense. This team is not as good as they were last year. And Kirk Cousins, he does kind of need everything to go right for him to have a good game. Dalvin Cook, great running back. Adam Thielen, great wide receiver. Kyle Rudolph, good tight end there. But you don't have the Stephon Diggs. So Adam Thielen, he's going to get covered now. So how is Kirk Cousins going to react to that? Their defense took a shot. Their best players are maybe Anthony Barr now. They got kind of depleted on the defensive end. So I'm big on Aaron Rodgers. Their roster doesn't impress me either. They still are rocking with Devontae Adams. No great second receiver. They went heavy on defense in the draft. They drafted a quarterback in the first round. Disrespected Aaron Rodgers a little bit. Get this man a little bit of help. I probably stay away from this game when I'm betting it. Once again, they don't have a great key defensive piece. I'm not buying it in the Vikings. I'm not buying it in the Packers. I'm kind of staying away from this game. This one's probably going to be a pick'em. I think this one's going to be very close at the line. So I think this one may be Vikings -1 or a pick'em. So We'll call it that. But I'm probably not betting this game. It won't be on my moneymaker, I don't think, unless the line is crazy or stands out to me. So, alrighty, Patriots, Dolphins. Dolphins establishing a winning culture. I'm big on them. Not just quite yet because they are not starting Tua at this moment. My official prediction is that Tua starts on Thursday Night Football Week 3 against the Jags for the Dolphins. 2 games in. Ryan Fitzpatrick will start. Patriots, I'm big on them. They're still good. I mean, they still have Bill Belichick, and I still have to rock with him until he proves me otherwise. Cam Newton, I think, is going to come in week 1 and kind of not show a lost step from that 2018 season. Got injured in 2019, but that 2018 season was very, very on par of his MVP season. I do think Cam Newton works here in New England. Yes, they took a little bit of hit on defense with Patrick Chung and Dante Hightower both opting out because of COVID, but they still have some good pieces. Best corner in the league, Stephon Gilmore. They have the McCourty twins at the linebacker and safety positions, so they're still good at the backside of the defense. I expect Bill Belichick to kind of coach up the defense anyway. Julian Edelman, I mean, with him and Cam Newton together is going to be a little dangerous with the dual threat of Cam and the speediness and the quickness of Julian Edelman. They're also at home. I think this one may be up a little higher than people think. I think people think that it should be Patriots -3, but I think it could go to Patriots -6 here. And Dolphins, don't get me wrong, they're good. I mean, we've got some young, good pieces. I'm a Dolphins fan, obviously. Jordan Howard, I love it at running back, getting him from Philadelphia. Matt Breida, I mean, we're good at the running back position. I'm big on Devontae Parker, big, strong receiver who's not afraid to go up and get it. Mike Gesicki, tight end, solid there. And on the defense, we got Byron Jones, Bobby McCain, Xavier Howard, Kyle Van Noy, Jerome Baker, Shaq Lawson, Devon Gotcha. That man is good. Don't get me wrong. Don't play me. So we have good pieces on defense. I think maybe we take a little bit to get it going because we do have Ryan Fitzpatrick at quarterback. We all, there's a huge elephant in the room with Tua, so it might divide the locker room just a little bit, just like a tiny bit. And I think it might take us just kind of all right, we bring in a lot of new players, learning our system. We've already established the winning culture from last year. Brian Flores is doing a fantastic job at that aspect. But I think the Patriots I think a lot of people are doubting them, and I do not think they're going to be that bad. I think they win at least 10 games. I think they make the playoffs. They could win the AFC East still. Cam Newton is going to return to form. I'm betting on it, and I think I'm right on it. So we'll see it officially on Sunday. All right, continuing on. Eagles, Washington. Do we even have to talk about this? Washington is so sorry. This one's probably going to be big. This one's probably going to be like Eagles -6, and probably comfortable on it. Washington, they're still rocking with Dwayne Haskins, and I'm not about it. I'll trust Carson Wentz in that maybe depleted wide receivers core. Who they just got rid of. Nelson Aguilar, so they don't have him anymore. They just have Alshon Jeffrey and Deshaun Jackson, good receivers, obviously. Speedy wide receiver Deshaun Jackson, but now they have to rock with Miles Sanders. I mean, we just talked about it. Jordan Howard left them. That's a good running back. They do still have Zach Ertz. Defense is all right, nothing too great. Darius Slay they did pick up, so that's a good pickup by them. And Washington is sorry. They're sorry. Look at this squad. Terry McLaurin and Steve Sims Jr. Ever heard of them? I haven't. They're going to be trash. Antonio Gibson at the running back position. You think Antonio Gibson is better than a veteran Adrian Peterson? I've said it and I'll say it again. Oh, no, I take that back. They do have Chase Young. I did forget about that for a second. He's going to be great, but that is really it. Ronald Darby, good, solid cornerback there. But that's about it on the squad. They're not going to be able to get it done on offense. I think the Eagles are better. Division game, we are going to go Eagles -6. We'll see what the spread is. All right, Chargers, Bengals. All right, Joe Burrow for the Bengals. He's obviously going to be great. Maybe takes a little bit of time. New head coach, new quarterback. Going to take a little time to develop a little bit where the Chargers are in win-now territory. Anthony Lynn, good coach. They have the pieces. They bring in Tyrod Taylor, good dual-threat quarterback there. His deep ball is pretty good too. So, and when you have Keenan Allen and Mike Williams, very good. Austin Eckler, fantastic running back. They're really not going to miss a step losing Melvin Gordon. Austin Eckler is fantastic. Don't get it twisted. They're good on the line. They have Mike Pouncey, fantastic center there. Defense, Joey Bosa, fantastic. Chris Harris Jr., I'm not a big fan of. Big fan of Casey Hayward Jr., not Chris Harris Jr., though. So, Anthony Lynn, they were kind of good. Phillip Rivers threw a lot of interceptions last season, kind of threw the Chargers off, but this Chargers team is in win-now territory. That's why they're not starting Justin Herbert just quite yet. So, I do like the Chargers better than the Bengals at this moment. So, this one's probably going to be Chargers -2. -3. We'll go up to -3. They'll probably bump it up to -3 for the field goal. But I do like the Chargers better than them. Better than Bengals at this moment. I mean, Joe Burrow's going to be fantastic. Nobody's doubting that. AJ Green back. He's healthy. Finally, we get to see AJ Green. I mean, this man, a lot of people forgot about him because he's been playing with Andy Dalton and injured these past couple seasons. So he's back. He's good. Joe Mixon is a good, solid running back. Tyler Boyd and John Ross to round out that receiver core. Very, very good. Lacking a little bit on the defensive end. Carlos Dunlap, solid piece here in Cincinnati. He's been here for a while. Von Bell, but overall, it's going to take a little bit of time. Rookie head coach going into week 1 of a COVID season. I think it is going to be the main factor in this game. So probably stay away from the Bengals, but I do like the Chargers, and if the spread is right, we will put them in the moneymaker. Alrighty, Bucks Saints now. I'm staying away from this game. I don't even know what the spread is going to be. It's probably going to be Saints -3. I think these teams offensively are deep. They've got so much weapons combined on the offensive side. The one good thing the Saints have is their defense. I mean, look at this. Marshawn Lattimore, Janoris Jenkins, Malcolm Jenkins. You have Cameron Jordan up front. Sheldon I thought that was Sheldon Richardson. Cameron Jordan up front. They're good up front on the line. They're good at the linebackers. They're good at the safety. So this Saints team is so good. And look at these weapons, man. Michael Thomas and Emmanuel Sanders on the same squad. How do you defend that? Two tall receivers that are great on the long ball. You have Alvin Kamara, fantastic running back, and he can catch it out of the backfield. Drew Brees, he's my GOAT, 5,000-yard seasons multiple times. Just kind of getting screwed in the playoffs a little bit for the last 3 years. I mean, I'm not saying it's their own fault. I mean, we all know the mile high. Or what was it? The Stephon Diggs miracle pass 2-3 years ago, then the pass interference that didn't get called, but they still had a chance to win it in overtime, and then they lose to the Vikings again last season in the playoffs. So they're looking out for revenge. They have the talent, but this Bucs squad is deep as well. Just not so much on the defensive end. Their offense is very good. Tom Brady, Mike Evans, but he is questionable with the hamstring. That's what got him injured last season. So Mike Evans needs to stay healthy. That hamstring has really bothered him throughout his entire career. So hopefully he can stay healthy enough. Maybe gets injured in this game. Tough to play in New Orleans. They play very physical there, and their defense is good. But Rob Gronkowski and Leonard Fournette, LaShawn McCoy, they're good. They're a little old up front. Jason Pierre-Paul and Ndamukong Suh, not the youngest chickens in the shack up front. Kind of falls down, trickles out as you get further away in the defense. So I do like the Saints here. I hope the spread is the spread is a pick 'em because I do like the Saints, but I think it is going to be Saints -3 just because of the home field advantage. So that's that. But overall, I probably stay away from the game unless it's a pick 'em. We will check the spread in just a minute. Alrighty, Cardinals and 49ers. Cardinals, man, there's high expectations placed on Kyler Murray. A lot of people are saying that he is going to make that next step going into year number 2. I'm about Kyler Murray. I think he's solid. Great weapons in DeAndre Hopkins. They bring in Kenyon Drake from Miami. He is a fantastic running back. I'm big on Kenyon Drake. You got old, reliable Larry Fitzgerald. How well is their line going to hold up? That's going to be a little tough. Let's see their defense. Patrick Peterson, obviously fantastic, solid cornerback. Dre Kirkpatrick at the other. So great corners, going to try and shut down what the 49ers have. And they're kind of a little bit depleted on the offense. I mean, their best receiver now is Deebo Samuel. They lose Emmanuel Sanders. They lose their starting running back to the Dolphins. I forget his name real quick. I can look it up real quick. Matt Breida. I believe he was the starter last season for them. So, yeah, I'm not sure. Super Bowl participant hangover, maybe. They lose some key pieces on offense, but they are at home. Kyler Murray, week 1 on the road. I'm really not sure how the Cardinals overall are going to perform. They do have Nick Bosa for the 49ers. That's good. He's going to kind of wreak havoc. And if Kyler Murray starts to run a little bit, Nick Bosa is going to be able to have the quickness, the lateral quickness, the speed to keep him contained. Richard Sherman down back, very good. Jimmy Ward. So this 49ers team is still good. Their weapons on offense depleted just a little bit. So that is my one knock on them. But I'm not sure how the Cardinals are going to do. I think it's 49ers probably. I think they bet high on them. I think Vegas is going to say, try to get a lot of people in because they won the Super Bowl last year. Maybe underplay Kyler Murray a little bit. So if it's any more than 7, I don't think it is. I think it will hover around the 6 mark. But if it's more than 7, Cardinals could be a good pick there. Just because I don't think the 49ers are going to put up a lot of points. This Cardinals team is ready in a win now mode. I just can't buy them yet until I see them. Their defense is just not very great. Their offense is good. I'm big about their offense, but their defense is just not great. I'll say it. Cardinals offense is better than the 49ers offense. I'll say that. I'm cool with that. But, we'll see how this all shakes out for the Cardinals. Who's their head coach? I forget. Somebody new, no? Let me look it up real quick. Really quick. We all know Kyle Shanahan is going to get his team prepared. Cliff Kingsbury, that's right. So, play caller for Oklahoma comes to the league, the big dogs, the league, and he's trying to ready to rock. First season, not bad. Now he's got a lot of talent to work with. Great offensive schemer, so expect him to do big things. Year number 2. It's going to be tough, man. I would probably stay away from this game unless the spread is more than 7, and then maybe we take the Cardinals. Alrighty, Cowboys-Rams to finish this off, and then we can finally look at the spread. Alrighty, Cowboys-Rams. Ooh, I'm big on the Rams a little bit. Sean McVay, kind of in a do-or-die year. This is kind of where his career either is made or broken. Do I even have them open? I don't. I forgot to open them up. I can open them up real quick. Rams. Here we go. Alrighty. Jared Goff, Cooper Kupp, Robert Woods. Good receivers. No A1 receiver. Cooper Kupp has kind of been emerging these last 2 seasons. Their defense, all right. They do have Jalen Ramsey. They brought him in mid-season. Aaron Donald up front. So they're very good. You possibly have the best defensive end and best corner in the league. Linebacker core is a little iffy. But Sean McVay, I expect this is really do or die for Sean McVay and Jared Goff. Jared Goff needs to cut down on the turnovers a little bit. Sean McVay needs to get back to winning games and getting to the playoffs. They went 9-7 last year, not terrible overall. They're at home against the Cowboys. Mike McCarthy, his first head coaching job since the Packers. See how he goes. A lot of ugly stuff came out from Mike McCarthy not being the best head coach. Remember him getting massages in the head coaching room, like during practices and stuff. So if that's true, that's truly hilarious. So this is going to be interesting. Sunday Night Football, big reputation on the line. But I do think Sean McVay will have his players ready. Do or die season for Sean McVay. This is probably going to be Rams -3 just because of the home field. I don't think overall the Cowboys are better than the Rams. The Cowboys are still good, don't get me wrong. Prescott has a ton to prove this season. Held out because he didn't want to sign a contract. They signed Ezekiel Elliott, Amari Cooper, obviously. They have CeeDee Lamb, rookie receiver. He's going to be very, very good. Very, very good. Defensive side, Xavier Woods, Trayvon Diggs, Dontari Poe up front. So good defense. How good is Mike McCarthy going to be for Dallas? That's going to be the key. So we probably stick with veteran head coaches so far heading into week 1, getting your team prepared. Primetime game. So if it was in Dallas, obviously I would pick Dallas, but it's not. It's in LA. It's on fire right now. How are the Cowboys going to handle the heat? Alrighty, so we'll have it at Rams -3. So how good are we at predicting the spreads here at week 1? How on target are we? Let's get right into it. Here we go. Cleveland, Baltimore. Baltimore is -7. We called it -5, so 2-point difference. Kind of that double digits. I didn't want to click on this game. And we can kind of see it. Baltimore at home. Cleveland, Baker Mayfield hasn't proven himself yet. We probably stay away from the game just because it's 7.5. It was under 7. I would feel comfortable taking the Ravens. But yeah, 7.5. All right. Here we go. Colts, Jags. Colts -8. We had a Colts -3. Very under there. I stay away from this game because of that. I think the Colts win. 8 points is a lot to give up. So we probably steer away from this game, not really loving this line. I would not take the Jags -8. If I had to take this game, I'm not betting on the Jags at all. I'm not betting on Gardner Minshew. I don't care. I'm betting on this proven to win Colts team that upgraded significantly at quarterback position. So Colts -8 I think is a fantastic, I won't say a fantastic bet. It's a safe bet if you're betting this game. It's the better of the two options. 8 is a little high for me, especially in week 1, as I just took Chiefs -9.5 last night. So that's funny. But I probably stay away from this game. Alrighty, Eagles, Washington. It's Eagles -5.5. We had it at Eagles -6, so right on target there. I think that's fine. I think that's fine to take. They win by more than a touchdown. That's fine. 5.5, so if they win by 7, you're good there. I don't think Washington is going to score a lot of points. Ron Rivera, very good head coach. He'll get his team right, but the pieces are not there from the top down to the organization. Bro, they don't have a team. You don't think that plays like psychologically? You're just going out there with Washington on your jersey? Are they still rocking? Oh, no, they're not rocking the Redskins patch. It's just that W. I'll show it here. They have it here. Your team doesn't have a name. Tons of scandals came out in the offseason about sexual misconduct in the uppers in the office. So this team is just a really dumpster fire from top to bottom, trying to rebuild. Chase Young is obviously going to be very, very good for the squad, but he's their best player. And the second best player is really not even a player, it's a coach. Ron Rivera is the second best piece of this Washington team. So Philly, week 1, I think it's comfortable. I'm comfortable taking them -5.5. I would not bet Washington really at all this season. I would stay away heavily from the squad. +5.5 I think is extremely low. We were right on target, really. We said Eagles -6, it's 5.5. I'm fine with taking Eagles -5.5. Alrighty, Bills, Jets. Bills -6. We called it at -7. Perfect. -6.5. Right on target. Right under that 7 mark. That's a good bet there. So they do win by 7. I do think that's a good spread. I don't like the Jets coming out. If you're following that head coach theory that good head coaches are going to have teams prepared for this week 1 COVID season without preseason games, you bet the Bills here. They're better offense, they're better defense, they're better at coach. Jets, their one benefit is Le'Veon Bell, but as I said, I'm not buying that their relationship between Le'Veon Bell and Adam Gase is repaired. I'm not buying it. So Bills -6, good, solid bet, I believe. At home, ready to go. They're ready to rock. Upgrade at receiver with Stephon Diggs. Good to go there. All right, Dolphins, Patriots. It's at 6.5. Patriots -6.5. We called it Patriots -6. So still right on target. I think it's tough. I won't bet this game. I won't go against the Dolphins like this. Patriots, I do think, are the better team. Dolphins could be a very, very good sleeper, especially Ryan Fitzpatrick. His career as a backup is very good. He's not afraid to go and sling it. He's got nothing to lose. He's going to play fearless. Patriots, Cam Newton may play a little concerned, a little reserved a little bit because he doesn't want, if he plays bad in this game, the media will chew him out, and he knows it. So he knows he can't just go and sling the ball. He knows he can't turn over the ball. So he may be a little hesitant, but they do still have Bill Belichick. Their defense is still good. And it's Cam Newton. I'm buying him. I am buying Cam Newton this season, but I'm not going to bet this game week 1. Gonna let it shake out because the Dolphins could be a sleeper. If you bet this game, maybe you do the Dolphins +6, but it is tough. This is a tough game to bet. I'm gonna stay away from it, but we were right on target with the -6. Patriots -6.5. Alrighty, Bears Lions. Bears +2. What do we call this at? I know I didn't say Bears +2. I know I said Lions -1. So okay, decently there. I like the Bears here. I like the Bears in the spot. Yes, Mitch Trubisky, he does have his problems. Everybody agrees. But Matt Nagy, he'll have his team ready. The defense is good. I don't like Matt Patricia as a head coach at all. And even when they had Matt Stafford as their starting quarterback last season, he went 3-5-1. Not great. So their team overall, they've got no real weapons on offense or defense. They lose Darius Slay at defense. Chicago has a good defense. Khalil Mack, he's going to be great. He wasn't playing well at the end of the season because Mitch Trubisky, I mean, when they're playing so great on defense and it doesn't translate to points, you lose all confidence in the team. Hopefully Matt Nagy can build that defense up again and just take him aside and be like, listen, guys, I know I'm trying my best. I brought in Nick Foles. There's nothing I can do this season. I just need y'all to please play good. Please play good. I'm going to try my best to try and scheme our way to wins offensively. But defense, you guys are great. Just keep being great, please. I think Matt Nagy has that side conversation. They're losing trust in Matt Nagy, and they are going to have to move off of him this season if he's not performing well. Even if he is performing well, I think you just have to cut ties because he is souring the locker room himself. Matt Nagy is trying to unsour it, but I do like them here, +2.5. I think they win outright. So I think this is a solid bet. Lions at home is their only silver lining, but I'm not buying it too much here. They're saying it's only a 0.5 difference between the talent because home field is 3. But I do like the Bears +2.5 here in that spot. Alrighty, Vikings -2.5. We called it Vikings -1, so a little under than what we thought. In this case, we probably take Packers. We're gonna take trusted veterans. Yes, their coach isn't a trusted veteran coming into his second season, but Aaron Rodgers, come on, he's basically the head coach on the offensive side. He's the head coach when he's on the field. Kirk Cousins kind of doesn't perform very well in primetime games. That's the knock on him. But this isn't a primetime game, so maybe he does come out and show out. But 2.5, that's good. They are saying the the Packers are just a little bit better. I don't think the Packers are the 13-3 team they were last year. I think their wins are going to come down significantly, maybe 10-11. The Vikings, they lose Stephon Diggs, and they lose a lot of good defensive pieces. This Vikings defense is not going to be as good as they were last year. So keep that in mind. I like the Packers +2.5 here. That may be on our moneymaker tomorrow. Alrighty, Falcons, Seahawks right at the plus. Oh my God, Seahawks -3. So they flipped it. Wow, heavy on the Seahawks. And we said, what do we have here? What do we call this? Falcons, Seahawks. We had it at Falcons -1. So they are buying heavily into the Seahawks, and I'm with it. But 3.5 or 3 points at home for the Falcons. Their offense is very good, loaded. Really, Todd Gurley's the only question mark, but the Seahawks defense is very good. They're my number 1 team in the power rankings. I'm going to buy them 3, maybe. It's scaring me a little bit, especially week 1. I love the way the Falcons ended the season last year. That's why it's giving me a little bit of hesitation even against the Seahawks team. So maybe stay away from this game. I do like the Falcons +3. This could be a good upset. Even though I am big on the Seahawks, I do want to see them kind of week 1. I'm not really judging any teams too strictly week 1, week 2 with no preseason games. But I do think the Seahawks defensively are very good. But Atlanta kind of matches up with their talent offensively. You have Julio Jones and Emmanuel Sanders. I mean, what more? What more can y'all want? Todd Gurley, he just needs to be a shell of himself, really, for them to have success. So really, or not Emmanuel Sanders, Calvin Ridley. So they have good pieces here offensively. It's going to be tough. I may stay away from this game. I may stay away from it. All right, Raiders, Panthers. Raiders minus 2.5. That's a little interesting to me. What do we call this? Raiders. We had Panthers minus 3. So the fact that they're giving Panthers points, that shows that they don't believe in the Panthers defense and they don't believe in Matt Rule just yet. I really don't like this Vegas team. Really. I really don't. I don't like John Gruden. I don't think he's a good head coach. Because he did quarterback camp for ESPN for 10 years makes him a good coach. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying Derek Carr just quite yet. I'm buying Teddy Bridgewater, no doubt, and I'm buying Christian McCaffrey. Fantastic player. So, tough call here. Maybe stay away from this game as well, but I do like the Panthers plus 1.5. If they're getting points, I'm about it at home. I don't think John Gruden will be able to have this team prepared. And Matt Rule, a little bit concerning comments coming out that they didn't have a great walkthrough earlier in the week. That is a red flag. But we'll see how this game shakes out. Probably stay away from the game. If I had to bet it, I'm taking the Panthers plus the points. I think overall they have better talent. Alrighty, Chargers, Bengals. Chargers minus 3, and I think that's what we called it. Chargers minus 3, exactly spot on. It's going to take a little bit for this Bengals team to get figured out. New rookie head coach, new rookie quarterback, whereas the Chargers kind of have a little bit of a winning culture with Anthony Lynn, bringing in Tyrod Taylor. They're good on offense still. Even losing Melvin Gordon, Austin Eckler is a good replacement. Defense is solid. So Chargers minus 3, I think, is a good solid bet here. They win this game. Bengals, they have to try. It's a rookie head coach and rookie quarterback. You can't bet them week 1. You just can't. So Chargers minus 3 is a good spot with them. Right on target. We called that perfectly. Alrighty, Cardinals, 49ers. 49ers minus 6.5. We had a minus 6. So once again, right on schedule. For all the reasons. If it was at 7, I really like the Cardinals here. 49ers minus 6.5. I think the Cardinals are better offensively. 49ers are better defensively. Jimmy Garoppolo, hopefully they don't have a Super Bowl participant hangover. We'll see how it all shakes out. Tough game. I'm going to have to think about this game just a little bit going into tomorrow when we make our official moneymaker picks. But I think 6.5 is good number. I think it's good. I think I take it. I don't think I take if I have to bet the game, I'm taking the Cardinals plus the points. Other than that, I'm staying away from the game. Alrighty, Bucks Saints. Saints minus 3.5, and we called it at minus 3. Their offenses are full of talent. I just like the Saints defense a little bit better, and I'm going to ride with the Saints here at home. Maybe Tom Brady takes a little bit longer. Mike Evans is the big question mark. So minus 3.5, I think I'm liking the spread. I'm talking myself into it more and more as I'm going along here. But Saints minus 3. Expect the Bucks. This is a tough opponent for both teams. So whichever team loses, we're not going to judge it too harshly because these are top teams in the NFC, and we're not going to. They're fantastic talents all around. We do like the Saints defense a little bit better. Alrighty, last game. Cowboys, Rams. Cowboys minus 3. What do we have? We had this at Rams minus 3. So really difference in thinking here between me and Vegas. Cowboys, I think they do have the better offense, but I think this is a do or die season for Sean McVay. I think he knows it, man. I think he knows it. First year in the league, he goes to the Super Bowl. Everybody is high on Sean McVay, and then kind of has some not so great seasons. Went 9-7, didn't make the playoffs last year. Not great. I like Cooper Kupp. I think he's a solid receiver. They get rid of Todd Gurley, and I think that was a huge disruptor in the locker room because they were kind of tied to Todd Gurley. This was kind of the Todd Gurley team. Now that he's gone, Jared Goff can kind of step into that leadership role a little bit more. Who did we say their backup running back was? Or their new runner, Malcolm Brown. What does this man got? Cam Akers, maybe? I think they just drafted him. Cam Akers, rookie. Last year, he had nothing really for Malcolm Brown because they were rocking with Todd Gurley still. So they cut Todd Gurley out. I do like them at +3 here. If you're giving them 3 points, Sunday Night Football against the Cowboys, Dak's going to try to prove himself, and I think it could hurt him a little bit. Great receivers, great weapons for Dak, and Dak is very good with good weapons. +3 primetime football. I think Sean McVay is going to have this team ready to rock at home. I think we take the Rams +3. I think we do it. Alrighty. Well, that is it for that. We're not going to do our official moneymakers just yet. I'm going to do that tomorrow. I'm going to sleep on all these lines, digest this information, and go a little bit more in depth in some of these more interesting games. I want to get a little deeper into the Colts team. I want to get a little bit deeper, maybe into the Bills, because I think a lot of people are not buying them just quite yet. I want to talk about the Falcons a little bit more, the Seahawks a little bit more. So we'll get into a couple of these more interesting games tomorrow, and then we'll make our moneymaker selections. So there is one last thing to do, and we've given away a free jersey here today, folks. Absolutely great. This was because we ran a competition. All you had to do was retweet and follow me. So I've got all those people that did that in our jersey giveaway. And, you pick the player of your choosing, send it out to you. All good to go. And we did introduce our Patreon yesterday. $5 a month is to support the show. And then just as, if I hit on my moneymakers, I want to spread the wealth with y'all. I will give a licensed jersey, NFL or NBA, your choice. As the NBA dies down, we expect to do a little bit more of the football, obviously. Football bets will be a little bit more into the season, obviously, because NBA is going to end sooner. But $5 a month supports the show. Patreon.com/takesbyfans. Link is in my pinned tweet on Twitter, so follow me at takesbyfans. But yeah, we're going to be giving away free jerseys here. Randomly do the Patreon subscribers when we hit our moneymakers. And what did we do yesterday? We had 2 going. So how this works is on our parlays that we do, if we hit it, we send out a jersey. We had 2 parlays going. This was in play yesterday because we introduced our Patreon yesterday. So we had 2 yesterday, 1 NBA, 1 NFL. We are going to be, kind of giving away 2 if we hit, because we are going to be doing NBAs and NFL moneymakers, throughout the season. So if there's NBA and NFL on the same day, you could double up. So we had Lakers -5, hit on that. They win by 10. Good to go. That would have been a jersey to give away today. And then Chiefs -9.5. They win by 14. That would have been another jersey that we give away. So be sure, if you love the show, I want to be supported. I love you if y'all support me. Follow me on Twitter. I understand that not everybody can pledge $5 a month. I get it. We're in a lockdown. I totally understand. So just watching the show, interacting on Twitter, that's great. So be sure to follow me on Twitter for that. But we do have a free jersey to give away. This doesn't have to do with the Patreon. This is the contest for the retweet that I sent out a couple days ago. So everybody that retweeted and followed me, not everybody did both. So I can't put you in because you didn't do both. So we do have these 4 people followed and retweeted, randomly selected here, got them all in. So as soon as I hit this button, pick a random item, I'll get in contact with you as soon as the show ends, and we'll get it all hashed out. So here we go. Random jersey giveaway. 4 players in the running because they retweeted and followed me on Twitter. Here we go. Let's see who the winner will be. Randomizing, and we have a winner selected. Here we go. Scrolling down. The winner of the free jersey is Kev. Well done to Kev. We do have him here. We can search him up because he is following me, so I can get him real quick. Well done, Kev, at TextM1911. I will be getting into contact with you. I'll send you a DM right after the show, but you've won yourself a free NFL jersey, baby. He's a football first, Cowboy second. I think he's going to go... He's probably got a Dak jersey already. I think he might go Amari Cooper, I'm guessing. So I will get into contact with him. Congratulations, Kevin. Free NFL jersey coming your way. We have our moneymaker today for the NBA side. So if anybody does join the Patreon today and we hit our moneymaker, we will be giving away a jersey tomorrow. So our NBA moneymaker was, just as a refresher, Clippers -8 and Celtics -2.5. Oh, these spreads are going up a little bit. Or did they? No, they didn't. Yeah, that was still right. All right. That will do it today for the show. Thanks for watching. Be sure to follow me on Twitter at TakesByFans. Come watch live Monday through Friday, noon Eastern at twitch.tv/TakesByFans. And we will be back tomorrow a little bit more in depth into the NBA or the NFL games tomorrow to get us ready for Sunday. We'll do our NFL moneymakers, maybe do a couple of parlays, see what we do. kind of see what we actually like and maybe a little upsets. So we'll get into all that tomorrow and review the last of the double day of NBA games. Relish in it. Enjoy it. We'll see you tomorrow. Takes 5 fans. Thanks for watching.